Happy Mother's Day from 4 News Now. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Well, here is a live look over another beautiful day in downtown Spokane. I hope you're enjoying the warmer weather. It's warmer than usual weather, rather, because these days aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Thanks for joining us here on this Mother's Day. I'm Jordan Smith. Let's send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray in the First Alert Weather Center to see just how long this spring heat is going to last.
Oh, and it's going to last a long time. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. And this is just the start and not even close to the hottest we're going to see out of this thing before it is over. We're going to take a little dip in temperatures, or basically just kind of hover around the same spot we have been today for the next few days. But by the time we get to the end of the week, look what happens here. Upper 80s, and then, yeah, my forecast edit today was not a positive one if you're not a fan of some of these hotter temperatures. 90, 92, and 90 as we head into Friday and next weekend. And those will be our first 90s here in 2023. So it is going to feel like summer for a while. In fact, it already does in central Washington. 88 right now in Moses Lake. We're at 89 in the LC Valley. Spokane's up to 83 so far today, along with Coeur d'Alene. So everybody got up into the 80s. We will likely continue to do that. We're going to set a long streak of 80-degree temperatures, as you saw, in the days ahead. Before this evening on this beautiful Mother's Day, really, you can't ask for much better temperatures between it's about 6 o'clock and about 9 o'clock right now. The way the sun angle is, that is the perfect time with those temperatures sinking through the 70s and a little bit more shade in the right spots, kind of take the edge off. However, as we get into later in the week, we're going to start to see a couple of changes. One of the reasons why our temperatures won't be changing that much over the next couple of days is we do have some storms in the forecast. You can see down by Boise, things are already firing off. We are going to have to wait a little bit longer before we see some real notable storm action, but it is on the way, and I'll show you when, who has the best chance for that, and we'll talk more about those 90-degree temperatures on the way, too, coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. A Spokane family came home to find their home destroyed by a fire. It happened in the Eagle Ridge neighborhood in South Spokane last night. When fire crews arrived, they called for backup, concerned that the flames could spread to nearby homes. The Spokane Fire Departments say that no one was inside the home at the time, but one dog died in the fire and another was taken to a vet hospital. What started off as a theft call in North Spokane County led to an hours-long standoff and a fake report of a shooter at a Fred Meyer. It happened near East Farewell Road and North Morton Street. You can see the location there on your screen. During the theft investigation, the Spokane County Sheriff identified as Kaylee Zorns as the suspect. When deputies went to Zorns' home to speak with her, Zorns, along with others in the home, were not cooperating. That's when deputies noticed a gun registered to Zorns inside of a nearby car. According to the sheriff's office, that's when deputies called for SWAT for assistance, fearing more guns could be inside. During the 5-hour standoff, the sheriff's office received a report of a shooter at a nearby Fred Meyer. The sheriff's office determined that that was a false alarm, saying the call made by one of the people inside the home. The sheriff's office saying 37-year-old Jack Crowther made the call in an attempt to lure deputies away. Zorns and Crowther were taken into custody. Around the Northwest here today, in 2 days, voters in Coeur d'Alene will decide the fate of hundreds of public school employees. The school district will once again try to pass its supplemental levy. The original levy failed in March, punching a $25 million hole in the district's budget, forcing the school board to declare a financial emergency.
It's a people business. That's what schools are all about. So unfortunately, to make any kind of budget cuts, it's primarily people.
Besides staff, the district says if the levy fails to pass, 2 schools will have to close. Ramsey, Dalton, Bora, and Bryan Elementary are on the short list of schools that could be shut down. And we want to hear from you. Head over to KXLY.com, where we have a form to submit your questions or concerns about the levy. On Tuesday, the Lakeland Joint School District was also hoping voters will approve 2 separate levies, and if they fail, the district says it could lose things like after-school sports and armed officers in school. Today, hundreds of Gonzaga seniors walked across the stage and received their degrees in front of their friends and family, celebrating all their hard work over the last few years. And the University of Idaho held their graduation ceremony yesterday. And while it was still a time for celebration, the university took time to honor their classmates who died last year. One of those students being Kaylee Gonsalves, who was murdered along with 3 of her friends, Madison, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle, in their off-campus home. To honor them, the university awarded them degrees and certificates in their fields of study. During the ceremony, the schools took time to remember their contributions to the university and those who knew them.
Strength and inspiration of their life accomplishments and their families' devotion and courage is now an inseparable part of you as you go forward.
Ahead of the ceremony, the Gonsalves family sat down with ABC News and explained why receiving Kaylee's degree was so important to them.
Way to remember her. I'm for that. I can do that.
I think it's a way to show unity and respect for Kaylee and her hard work. I just feel that it's important for somebody to walk for her.
The university also telling ABC News it plans on creating a healing garden in a spot each of them would cross every single day. Well, still ahead, pilots for multiple airlines are prepared to go on strike if their demands aren't met. What that could mean for your summer travel plans coming up. Plus,
happy Mother's Day, everyone. Local Brew House has a special guest for Mother's Day. And coming up, what Mother's Day means to her and her family. That's coming up.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Adams Tractor.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
At Becker Buick GMC, we strive to make every experience easy and stress-free, from purchase to service. Whether it's just a routine oil change or a surprise check engine light, you can count on honest, quick, and dependable service from Becker Buick GMC. Our techs are factory trained and certified to diagnose and repair your vehicle and get you back on the road quickly and safely. Call today or head to BeckerBuickGMC.com to make an appointment.
Who has the deals?
Furniture Row.
Who has the deals?
Furniture Row.
This Memorial Day, we've been training, prepping for savings so big, they're getting backed in by the truckload. The more you buy,
the more you save. Save $100 for every 1,000 you spend.
Check out special purchases while they last. And financing, we're talking 6 years, no interest. But I want to know, do you have the guts to save like never before? The Memorial Day Super Sale, only at Furniture Row.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
Our priorities, they've changed.
Hey, Lexus, play my music.
It's not just about getting ahead or the constant grind. It's about knowing what you want.
Watch for traffic.
And focusing on what matters. Welcome to the next level. This is the Lexus NX with intuitive tech and our most advanced safety system ever.
it was a busy day at one local brewery in Spokane for Mother's Day. No Lie Brewhouse was celebrating Mother's Day in a very unique way with the owner's mother. Peter Choi captured the moment at the restaurant and explains what Mother's Day means to her and her family.
Hey Jordan, happy Mother's Day to all the moms and grandmothers out there. I'm here at No Lie Brewhouse where a special guest is helping the restaurant for Mother's Day. And get this, she's 86-year-old and she's mom of 5 children. And she said Mother's Day is all about returning love to other mothers. Yeah!
That's right.
Oh, beer. Is there a better way to spend a warm sunny day with a glass of cold beer. Here at No Lie Brewhouse in Spokane on Mother's Day, Elwanda Bryant, who's a mother of No Lie Brewhouse owner, is here to serve customers. Raising her 5 children, she always worked night and day and sacrificed for the family.
I would jump in the car at 5:30 and go to Aldbrook and work till 2 in the morning. So that's the way we kind of handle that. But I started in restaurant work when I was 14 years old in my uncle's diner.
She taught her children work ethic and motivation.
The berry fields at 12 years old. They worked in the hay. They learned how to landscape and work as, mowing lawns. And by the time they were 16, they had a job all lined up in retail somewhere, flipping hamburgers or at the mall or somewhere they were working at 16.
It's pretty cool that we just work Mother's Day together at No Lie.
John Bryan is an owner of No Lie Brewhouse. He says his drive comes from her mother.
Be diligent, outreach, and work together. And I think today's Mother's Day at No Lie kind of encapsulated it.
Don't let her age fool you. Though it's her first day, she can pour beer better than I do.
She pours better beer than most people, you know what I mean?
A customer, Lee Lewis, says it's pretty cool to see a family working together.
To visit her son for Mother's Day, and now she's over here working and helping out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, that's what family's supposed to do, is fight together, right?
And if you have a few things to say to the mothers in this world, in this country, what would you like to say?
I say, well, you love your children, of course, but you also let them make decisions of their own in the smallest way, from the time they're toddling until they leave you at 16 or 17.
That would be my message to all the moms. Thanks for letting all of us have a chance to have a rich life.
In Spokane,
Happy Mother's Day.
Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Oh, man, what a great story by Peter there, and what a great afternoon to sip a beverage of your choice outside. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Temperatures definitely on the hot side, but not too hot. Not like what we're going to be seeing next weekend, where you will probably want one of those fans they used to sell at the theme parks with the misters. Yeah. I've got to find me one of those at the dollar store, something like that. We're going to need it with temperatures basically on Saturday. At this point, the most likely scenario is somewhere between 90 and 94 degrees. I like looking at these temperature spreads because it gives you a good idea of what the computers are looking at. And we see kind of here in the middle of the week, we see the temperatures try to drop down a little bit. There's a little bit more of a spread here, and that's because of that thunderstorm activity I'm going to talk about with you in a minute. High pressure settles back in, and then those temperatures really shoot up there as we head into the end of the week and early in the weekend. The earliest we could really start cooling down is likely going to be Monday or Tuesday of next week, but still the bottom end here, the most likely range is still with a high of around 79, 80 degrees, so still well above average, about 10 degrees or so for this time of the year. So yeah, very summer-like temperatures that we'll continue to see. Mentioned thunderstorms, and I've gone ahead and upped the rain chances here a little bit for Tuesday and Wednesday. Basically, we're going to have a little bit of low pressure sitting right over us, and so every afternoon we're going to see thunderstorms develop in the mountains and kind of spin all the way around us, and a lot of places, especially in the northern tier and the southern tier of our viewing area, going to see and hear at least a few rumbles of thunder. So here we go. Low pressure moving up. Here's Monday. Chance around the Blue Mountains for some thunderstorms and in the LC Valley. I think it's going to be pretty quiet around Spokane. Tuesday, potentially a different story. Like I said, we are encircled by storms here on Tuesday afternoon. And then as we head into Wednesday, as this thing pulls out of here, some moisture tailing off behind that. And this may be the best chance of it all for us to see a little bit of wet weather. At least that's the way things appear to be looking at the moment. And then that high pressure builds back in, and that's when the 90s start to show up, because, well, we're not really cooling off all that much, even with storms in the forecast. For tonight, very warm temperatures overnight. 58 in Spokane, 57 in Coeur d'Alene. Lows only down into the 60s in the LC Valley and Moses Lake. It is going to feel uncomfortable fairly quickly. We expect to be about 80 degrees right around lunchtime or just a little bit after that, and then get up into the mid-80s here for the afternoon. It'll still be fairly breezy, especially in the morning. Just like today, that breeze really helped when you were doing stuff outside, kind of take the edge off of that heat. 90 in Omak, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, and in Lewiston. We'll be at 85 in Spokane. Coeur d'Alene hits 84 for Monday. And here you go. Here's those temperatures again. By the way, Friday and Saturday, mid-80s are the records, so we will smash record heat likely on that Friday and Saturday. Oh, boy. Okay, back to you, Jordan.
Make sure the AC is running this weekend. Yeah.
Oh, it's already running hard.
Thanks, Matt. Well, the Biden administration is vowing a new legal fight over its immigration policies following the end of a Title 42, a pandemic-era policy that allowed border agents to use the COVID public health emergency to turn away migrants at the border. The Justice Department now says it will appeal a ruling by a federal judge in Florida. That ruling tried to end a program that allows some migrants seeking asylum to be released from facilities as they await notice of a court date to help ease overcrowding. This comes as mayors in border communities in Texas, Arizona, and California tell ABC News their resources are being stretched thin, struggling to accommodate the influx of migrants in recent weeks. Another major issue is relocation. Relocation as asylum seekers try to find a place to stay in other parts of the country.
We're a migrant community. We know cross-border issues, and our heart is with these people. And we're doing the best we can to make sure that they get to their destinations soundly.
And to address this issue, New York City will soon open its first migrant arrival center at a hotel in Manhattan.
Well, the Seattle Mariners were looking for the sweep of the Detroit Tigers as they continue to improve as the season moves along. But would their bullpen be able to handle the bats of Detroit? We've got the highlights coming up in sports.
And before we go to break, graduation season is here. We want to honor the class of 2023 and the senior graduate in your life. Go to KXLY.com/graduates to submit their photo for a chance to be featured on the show. They could also win a $50 gift card courtesy of STCU.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
You've been counting the days, weeks, months, just waiting for the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every 1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a free $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Are you suffering from neuropathy? Do you experience stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet? Are you tired of sleepless nights and avoiding life due to pain? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness in your feet, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves start to break down. Eventually, it leads to balance problems, falls, complete loss of independence, and often amputation. Our program addresses the underlying causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms with medication. In fact, many patients start experiencing relief from their neuropathy symptoms within weeks. There's no surgery and no use of prescription drugs. Pick up the phone right now and call the number on your screen to find out if you're a candidate for our neuropathy program that has changed thousands of lives. You don't have to spend another day suffering. Call us today and see if you qualify for the relief you deserve. Do not wait. Call now.
Let's take a test drive of this rugged Nissan Frontier, redesigned inside and out. There's plenty of power so you can take it anywhere, thanks to an upgraded suspension, steering system, and powertrain. The cabin has improved too with a new seat design, larger storage compartments, and a big touchscreen that's smartphone compatible. If you weren't interested in a Nissan Frontier in the past, it's time to reevaluate. Test drive one at the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
4 News Now is brought to you by George G. Buick GMC.
Well, the last 2 weeks may have been the best baseball the Seattle Mariners have played all season. And coming into today, they found themselves a game over 500 and trending in the right direction as they look for the sweep of the Detroit Tigers. Well, in the third, the Mariners got it down a run, but have runners on the corners when the umpire is going to call Joey Wentz for the balk. So J.P. Crawford comes home, and the game is going to be tied up at 1 apiece. That's a nice little gift for the M's. Detroit not too happy about that. The very next pitch, Julio Rodriguez hits this one into left field. Ty France is going to come home from second. And the M's with their first lead on the afternoon. For Julio, only his 5th hit in the last week, but that one's going to count a lot. Seattle would take the lead into the 6th, but from there, Alki Badu, a drive over the head of Sam Haggerty. That one brings in another run, and we're tied up at 3 apiece. Next inning, Matt Brash is going to get in a jam there with the bases loaded, hits the batter, so a run comes home, and the Tigers take back the lead. The very next batter, Brash, is going to go a little high, and that extends the lead for Detroit as another run comes home. So it's all coming undone for the Mariners at this point. Then in the 9th, still down 2, but 2 men on for Teoscar Hernandez, and he goes down swinging, and that does it as Seattle can't get the sweep, but still a good start for this road trip for the team.
Our bullpen has been awesome all year long. They have been the anchor of our club, and they'll continue to be. Today they got some big hits, and we gave up some free bases, which is uncharacteristic as well of our bullpen, and that was enough to get them back on top. So again, we won the series. I think we're playing better baseball. We just didn't lock it down today. And
Seattle will continue the road trip with a trip to Beantown to start a 3-game series with the Red Sox. George Kirby will get the nod tomorrow night. Now, let's head out to Avista Stadium. Indians taking on the Hillsboro Hops in their series finale. Spokane trying to get their first series win this entire season. In the 3rd, Spokane down a couple of runs, and the Hops threatening with a man on 3rd, but starting pitcher Carson Palmquist gets his man swinging, and the Indians out of a jam there. Then from there, that's where the bats of Spokane really get going. Jordan Beck singles out to left field. That allows Adel Amardo to come home safely, and it's just a 1-run deficit. Next inning, Iverson Rodriguez finds the gap into right center field, and Zach Kokoska is going to be waved home, and we are all tied up again. A couple batters later, Brandon Ward is going to lay down the bunt, advance the runners, but the throw by the pitcher way off the mark. So Ben Sims is going to take off and come home safely. And then it's Rodriguez sliding in safely, and Spokane's got the lead, and they hang on to get this 9-8 victory in walk-off fashion, move to 2 games over 500. Indians will now hit the road as they'll travel across the state to start a 6-game series, I should say, with the Everett Aqua Sox starting on Tuesday evening. Jordan, send it back over to you.
All right, Alex, thanks for that. Still sports news. Hey, if you have a team for Hoop Fest but haven't signed up yet, time is running out. The deadline for a guaranteed spot in the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament is on Monday. We have the link to register on KXLY.com. Pilots for multiple airlines are threatening to go on strike if companies don't increase wages and address staffing shortages. ABC's Gio Benitez explains if these strikes could impact your summer travel plans.
Pilots at Southwest and United putting pressure on the airlines over their contracts. You might be wondering, are my Memorial Day plans at risk? While experts say full strikes are highly unlikely, what is likely is that you're going to pay big bucks for international travel. Prices are the highest they've been in more than 5 years. Europe averaging nearly $1,200 per ticket, Asia averaging over $1,800.
If you want to go to Europe and bounce around, fly into the cheapest airport. And there are some really amazing fare sales we've seen to Europe this summer. There are low-cost carriers like Norse Airlines that is selling flights for $300 to Europe.
But things change when you look at domestic trips. Prices are 19% lower this year than last because jet fuel prices are dropping. Hopper says the average price is $306 per ticket.
I'd recommend people search from your home airport. Google Flights has a feature called the Explore Map. It'll show you airfares around the country, around the world.
It's really no wonder why 97% of travelers are choosing road trips, with gas prices slightly down at $3.53 a gallon. The hottest road trip destination, Denver, jumping from number 10 on the AAA list to number 1. And when it comes to hotels, Hotels.com says these are the most affordable last-minute getaway deals. Little Rock, Greenville, Chattanooga, Vegas, Birmingham, and the Twin Cities, all averaging rooms at $150 per night or less.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
This Memorial Day at Furniture Row, we're prepping for savings so big, they're backing them in by the truckload. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years no interest and special purchases while they last. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $2,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Watch me. Watch me tumble, jump, and soar. When our squad is on point, we own the floor. Dazzling stunts and dances are my jam. Pain once caused issues, but they had a plan. A life-changing brace with no surgery to fear. Activity without limits, one more reason to cheer. Watch me. Industry-leading scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
It's the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
We'll take a final spin around the 7th day before we send you off to American Idol. And, man, it's the middle of May, folks. I don't know what else to say. It's so strange how suddenly that we have just kind of skipped spring and gone straight into summer, and it looks like we're going to be setting records and having 90s, and by this time next week it's going to be even hotter.
When we were complaining about the winter and how it was still snowing in like March, I didn't mean that I wanted my AC running a month later.
Yeah, you remember early April and it was still snowing.
Remember this time last year we were struggling to get to 70.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, it wasn't until June until we really warmed up. So this is a little bit different.
We skipped a season again. American Idol starts now.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.